All right, ready. Put up a video yesterday on the new uh, goatee. Um, Trim the sides and stuff down. Don't know if I'm going to keep it. I think I kind of like it. It would be kind of cool to let it grow out a little longer. So we'll see. So far, I'm liking it. Just took a day or so to get used to seeing my face. I haven't seen it in probably 8 years, so it's kind of weird. But like I said, kind of like it. But I thought I'd throw up another video today on an item that I just added to my EDC. I didn't think it was going to come until Saturday, but sometimes the mail is quicker than it says it's going to be. So I got this new watch. Now I did allude to this yesterday. This is what's new to me. It's a G-Shock. This one's the rangeman. I have a other G-Shock, but trying to switch the battery out of it, I'm screwed up one of the buttons. So I just went ahead and for the money, I just went and bought a new one. Plus, I don't really like changing batteries in watches. The paranoid side of my brain is I'm afraid I'm actually going to need it one day and the battery's going to die. So I like automatic watches, wind up watches, and I got this one because it's actually solar powered. This is just my initial reaction to the watch. The manual came with it's like a novel. Can't really tell you I'm going to read that. I'll probably look on YouTube for a quick reference guide to the big stuff. I'm sure a lot of the options on here I won't ever use, but I just like the fact that it's solar powered, and it also sets itself based off of a signal it receives from whatever the closest atomic clock you are. Obviously, I'm in the United States, so we have one in the United States. I think there's 5 or 6 more in the world. But like I said, yeah, there's one in the United States. So the cool thing is when I pulled it out of the box, it was already running, and it had the time and the date, everything perfectly set because it does it itself. That's awesome for me because I hate setting watches. It's just very annoying to me. And I have a couple automatic watches, and they typically run slow for me, so I'm always having to every week or so add a minute or two to it. And I'm a stickler for time. It's just part of my personality, but I always need to know exactly what time it is. I don't want to have to guess within a couple minutes. I want it to be exact. So that solves that problem for me. It's always I don't know yet, I haven't read the manual, but I'm assuming it updates itself every few days or whatever, or reconnects with that atomic clock to adjust time or whatever. But anyway, this is what it looks like on my wrist. I have, just for comparison, my wrist is almost 8 inches around, just shy of 8 inches. I think the average male's wrist is, 6.5. So this is a 50 millimeter watch, by far the biggest wristwatch that I own. My diving watches they range from 35 millimeter. I have a Tag Heuer, vintage Tag Heuer that I wear sometimes, and it's 35. And then I have my new vintage Seiko that I wear, and I think that's 42 or 43. And like I said, this is 50, and you can see that it still sits nicely on my wrist. I feel like this actually fits my wrist better than most watches. They usually look like kids' watches on me. So I'm just going to take it off here so you can see it up close. There we go. It's called the rangeman. I guess that pays homage to the shooters out there, which I am. But I got it more for the options. This button on the side will scroll through a barometer, an altimeter, a compass, which is very useful for me, and there's also a temperature gauge on it. And then you have your standard other stopwatch and time setting and all that stuff. And I'm sure there's other things that I haven't really played around with yet. The big thing I really like about it is this got this really big button down here so that I can like illuminate the face. I want to go in and mess around with it and have it so that it stays on a little longer than that. But yeah, I like to be able to check the time at night when I'm in bed, but I don't want a alarm clock staring me in the face all night. I just want to be able to, when I want to know what time it is, just kind of reach over and push the button and check it. So that's a huge reason why I got the G-Shock. Plus, I've got some really higher end watches that I wouldn't wear when I'm working outside or building something, and you know, I'm happy to wear this one. It's got a recessed face. Plus, when I bought this watch, I bought a cage for it. It's basically just a metal bar that you can get them on eBay. It's this veteran-owned company makes them, and it comes from the back and locks around, and there's a bar that goes across the bottom and the top. And some of the old G-Shocks actually had them built in the case. But yeah, I bought it so just a little extra protection to protect the face, because you know this is just plastic, I think acrylic or whatever, so it would scratch really easily. But the recess does definitely help it out a lot with keeping the scratches away. But I went ahead and bought that little cage to put over it just to give it a little extra protection. But yeah, very, like I said, it showed up last night, so we'll see how it goes. It does have a battery save option. I have not looked up how to set that, but apparently you can set it on that. And if the watch is immobile for a while, like if you take it off and lay it on a table, it will, I guess, power down just to save the life of the solar cell in it. And it does have a little gauge in the middle of it. It shows you what the power, where your battery strength is. And I'm in the middle right now, and that makes sense because it was in a box until yesterday, and then I put it on last night and really didn't have any light on it at all. And then I went to bed, and I wore it to bed last night just so I could check the time in the middle of the night like I like to do. So yeah, I like the looks of it, all black, and it does have some red highlights on it, and it has some looks like some stainless steel, you know, accoutrements, and then has some big flathead screws that attach the bezel. But yeah, that's just my initial reaction. I think it has a water resistance to 200 meters. I think that's what it is. I mean, I'm never going down that deep. I like this. I'm more of a doggy paddler, if anything. So no scuba diving for me. I like the diving watches because typically they're bigger. They look better on me than a regular watch. So yeah, I might do a review on it later on after I've worn it for a while. See how it goes. This is my kick around watch, my work watch. Like I said, sleeping watch so I can tell the time. And it, you know, excuse me. I was a little concerned after I ordered it because I caught a video on YouTube where a guy was complaining that he was sold a fake one. And that's crazy that someone would reverse engineer something like this to make a fake. I mean, and the fake looked real. I mean, I couldn't tell the difference, and I guess there's things to look for, but this one came in the original box with the packaging, the manual, even had the price tag on it, and the retail on this thing was like $330, which is insane to me. I paid about $150 on eBay for it, brand new, so I was pretty happy with that pickup. I mean, and it's crazy because things like this, when I pulled it up, after I did some research on what I wanted, and I went on eBay to look at it, I mean, they range from, you know, low end was, I mean, the lowest one was $150, and I looked for a seller that had been selling for a very long time, not someone who had been out just for a little while. I mean, sold thousands of items and with a really good rating, and in the United States. But some of these are selling for upwards of $300, $400, $500, $600, or at least that's what they're asking for. Not that they're selling for that. I mean, you can ask anything, I guess. But yeah, happy about it. Oh, one other thing. Today I'm sporting the Devil clocks and colors ring. This is I love rings, especially handmade ones. This guy's handmade. It's silver with brass or copper, I don't really remember, inlay. And on this side you got the cross, and on this side you got the inverted cross, and then you got the devil on the front. I just love, stuff like this. So this one's pretty cool. I think this is like a size 16. It fits pretty snug on my middle finger. So I don't think I've even ever found a ring, custom ring maker that makes it for that size. I think that's like a 18 or something. But yeah, 16. That's what I'm wearing today. Sometimes I wear more than one, but I just threw that one on today. Yeah, I've been rambling on here for about 11 minutes. So that's my initial reaction to the G-Shock Rangeman. I know they make a few different models. I think they make this, I know they do. They make it in an OD green, but I think that one's a little more expensive for whatever reason. And they do make this one with the black back face, and then a white lettering, numbering or whatever. But I like the white on the back and then the black letterings. I can just see it better. So, but you can get, I guess that's an option you can get with this one. But enough said about the old G-Shock Rangeman. So far I love it, and I'll do a review on it after I've played around with it and figured out some of the little gadgets on it. And very happy with the size. Fits my arm pretty well. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see if I end up keeping this thing. So far I like it. It was really easy this morning to just deal with it. Threw a little beard oil on it. I kind of comb it forward, pull all the hair forward. It kind of narrows out my face a little bit. If I comb it down, it kind of makes my face look really long, and I've got this big old melon anyway. So right now my face, for me, I feel like it looks kind of long because this is where my chin stops, but down with the beard down here, it makes my face look this long. So I guess it's just getting used to that. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.